at your restaurant.
Yes, we are.
Eva restaurant.
Eva.
Eva is your daughter, right?
My daughter and grandma.
And grandma. On Beverly, founding your own restaurant. You're a LA born chef. You went to culinary school back east, and you've worked at some very famous places in town, including Water Grill with Michael Chimurchi. So I guess that's where you get your sleek presentation and clean taste on your plate, right? So maybe a little Michael helped you on that one?
I think Michael was a big influence on me. Just working with Michael for 5 years was just, it was just a, what was it?
Well, anyway, you have your own style, your signature, your visual signature, that apron.
Yeah.
I always use that apron and that hat.
The apron's very meaningful to me. It's a good friend, Suze, who's a designer in the area, is just a very dear friend, and does not only my aprons but does all the uniforms as well for the restaurant. Just good friend.
So talking about the food, we started with heirloom melon salad.
Correct.
And then we had
we did a little lamb belly for you.
Yeah, lamb belly. It didn't come to mind because that was a special. And you like actually your menu changes almost every day depending on what you find on the market. So the lamb was a special of the day, which was lamb belly, and it had this particular spice. What did you use in there?
Well, the lamb belly we put a little bit. We did a little bit of olives that we also get from the farmers market, and we cured them, and then put a little dehydrated them for a little bit, and then really what we try to do is really compact the flavor of the olive. And so we put that with a little bit of cauliflower puree, and I forgot what else we put in there.
Talking of cauliflower, side dish. It's cauliflower bowl.
Oh yeah, the egg.
Yeah, the egg.
Yeah, that's one. That's a dish that people just rave about. It's very simple. We take an egg, but the egg is how we do the egg is what makes it special. And we learned that from a book that I have from Arzad, which is in Spain, San Sebastian. And so the technique with the egg is what we've learned through this book. And so we cook it for 5 minutes, 20 seconds. We wrap it in plastic, and so the outside of the egg is very, very firm, but the inside is still runny. And then we put that with a little mustard sabayon and toasted cauliflower, which is phenomenal. And
talking, you said simple. You're saying it's simple, but actually, the more simple, the more complicated, because you can't cheat too much on either the ingredients or the cooking techniques, or you really have to know what you're doing. So like it shows. We've had some other dishes, we can go back to them, but it shows in like your veal.
Correct.
Your veal, just the veal, and then simple carrot, just like one carrot laying on the plate.
Right.
But if you don't know how to cook that carrot, this is not going to be good.
Correct.
So what's the secret behind that carrot?
Well, I mean, the carrot is something, you start with a good carrot, like anything, you always start with good product. And if you start with good product, I mean, you don't have to do a lot to the product. A lot of what you do to the product is more the technique. And what we've done with the carrot is just simply seasoned it well and roasted it over very, very low heat until you get the nice form, until it forms a nice caramelization on the carrot. And cooking it very, very slow allows the caramel or the natural sugars to come out of that carrot and caramelize it a nice, nice even caramel color.
And we have fish halibut. Some little tiny mushrooms.
Yes.
Called
hot shimeji's.
And then on the halibut there is this, which is fennel.
It's a fennel fraud, like a fennel flower from the fennel plant. This comes from Windrose Farms, and it's very very specialized. I mean, they don't get a lot of it. You can take one little piece of that, and just the amount of flavor you get from it.
The amount of flavor, and then I had more than one little piece because I actually ate half of it. It's like it could almost be a dessert.
Yeah, no, it's amazing. So this is something that's very new, and they just get a little bit, and I'm usually the first one at the market, so I get my hands on it first. And we're just playing around with it now. We've done garnishing with it, but we also want to try pickling it. We want to marinate items in it, like cure. We're going to do some curing with it, marinating, pickling, things like that. And then make infusions, and so we're still playing around with it.
Well, yeah, you can do a lot of things with this.
Yeah, you can do. We're going to find out.
Yeah, and then
you have to come back.
Thank you. That duck, after we had that, I would say that duck is a Japanese influence. You did travel, I was asking you where you get all this influence of Asia, and then you did travel to China and to Japan. You like the way they cook over there.
Correct.
Especially Japanese, was very sleek, very simple.
Right.
But as we say, we're going back to very simple, as complicated, because you have so many little, few things in the plate that you can't mess it up, right? So yuzu sauce with that duck.
Right.
It's not the only ingredients, you get other stuff.
Yeah, well, we've taken, I mean, the eggplant is just a very special eggplant. We use a Japanese eggplant from the farmer's market. But what we do with it is we marinate in a little bit of olive oil, yuzu koshu, a little bit of soy sauce, smoked sesame, a touch of yuzu, and a touch of dashi. And then we let that marinate for a few minutes. We put it over real Japanese charcoal, beech wood, and put it over hibachi, and then we grill it on the hibachi until it really develops that nice caramelization on top of it. And then we make a little sauce with the leftover, and we put the little yuzu, little soy, little dashi, and we just spoon it over the egg.
Yeah, it seems easy, but it's not. Yeah. When you get it on your plate, it's very simple, but it's not that simple. And did I miss any dish that we had? Oh, that's the one we don't want to forget, that risotto. So I asked to say, you came to my table, said you want to try more, you have more room. I said yes, I want to try that risotto. And you renamed it when you brought it to the table as risotto paella.
Yeah, we say like risotto in the style of paella.
Yeah,
because
it's exactly what it is actually.
Yeah. So it's not a typical paella, but it's not a typical risotto either.
No,
but
it's
we've
an
taken
exact mix of the two, and it's not dry like paella.
Correct.
And it tastes like paella, so it's like
with the risotto.
Yeah, it's like a very special dish that one that you.
It's really good.
This should be a signature dish, that one.
I think it's
special.
Pretty good. Yeah.
And then dessert, so we have that compressed melon that you vacuum packed.
So you put it in a vacuum chamber and seal it at 99.9% seal, oxygen, so it pulls everything out of there and really compresses that melon and really compacts the flavor. And so you'll get just a beautiful, and we start with really good melons as well.
I can tell, yeah.
And then it just makes it.
And then you just spread some sesame seeds on, and that's it.
Smoked sesame seed on it, and that was it. Very simple.
And then the second dessert we had a little more complicated compared to that one.
Right.
Was a chocolate terrine.
Chocolate terrine, yeah. Just simple, good chocolate, and just nothing fancy.
Good job. Thank you, Chef.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.